Yeah, we've got a breaking news update now from the newsroom on that attack in Istanbul at the Ataturk International Airport, where at least 2 suicide bombs have gone off. The Associated Press has confirmed through Istanbul's governor now that at least 28 people have died. We've been reporting this evening that there were 10 deaths and 60+ injuries. We now have confirmation through Istanbul's governor that 28 people have died. There is also video that has been accessed from inside the terminal showing the moment of the explosion. You see it right there, dramatic images caught here on television as at least one of those bombs went off inside Ataturk Airport. Keep in mind, this is a very busy, the 3rd busiest airport in all of Europe behind London and Paris. And we have seen now at least 28 people killed, 60+ injured in what appear to be a couple of suicide attacks. One of the attackers reportedly opening fire with a Kalashnikov before detonating that bomb. We are continuing to monitor the situation and waiting State Department news if any Americans have been injured or killed in this blast. At this point, there are no reports of that being the case. We'll stay on top of this. We'll have more for you from the newsroom. Scott Thuman, now back to you.
Okay, Scott, thank you very much. Keep us posted there. Meanwhile, tonight, a growing memorial to Pat Summitt, the winningest coach in Division I college basketball history. But her legacy extends so far beyond the court. Summitt died today at the age of 64 after a years-long fight against early-onset dementia. Tonight, she's being remembered as a fighter who shattered glass ceilings.
We would not have the same opportunities were it not for the people like Pat Summitt who led the way and opened doors that we walked through.
President Obama, who awarded Summitt the Presidential Medal of Freedom, today called her an inspiring fighter.
Former D.C. Delegate Walter Fauntleroy is headed home for the first time in years. The civil rights leader was released from jail this afternoon. He was arrested last night after his flight landed at Dulles International Airport. Now, our D.C. Bureau Chief Sam Ford will explain the charges and what's next for Fauntleroy.
Walter Fauntleroy, 83, walked out of the Loudoun County Jail a free man this afternoon, greeted first by his wife of nearly 60 years, Dorothy, as well as his 2 brothers, William and Ray. It was a rather complicated return for a man who left 4 years ago for Dubai and didn't come home. Last year, friends held a news conference expressing their concern about the absence and competence of D.C.'s former congressman, pastor, civil rights leader. Finally, over the weekend, 2 of them, Viola Bradford and Ife Williams, flew to Dubai and brought him home, only to see him arrested at Dulles Airport by customs officers. His lawyers spent much of today satisfying Virginia judges that Maryland decided to rescind the warrant on which he'd been arrested. It involved Fauntleroy's failure to appear in a Maryland court 5 years ago to explain a $55,000 bounce check. He will now appear in a Maryland court July 20th.
He was charged with a criminal warrant for being a fugitive. That warrant was released by the courts in Maryland, so therefore the jurisdiction here in Virginia ceased to exist.
Fauntleroy, who appeared in the court hearing via video, was still at the jail, where his friends and family again gathered to take him home.
He was so happy to get some American food that he wanted a hamburger, some French fries, and a Coke.
On his release, he got into a waiting van, looking a lot like his old self. Fauntleroy's handlers did not allow him to talk today. They said in coming days they will make him available to the media so he can talk about what's been happening over the last 4 years. Reporting from Loudoun County, Virginia, I'm Sam Ford, ABC 7 News.
Parts of the country are dealing with wild weather today. In North Texas, the truck was split in half when a parking garage came crashing down during high winds. Storms dumped heavy rain and caused flash flooding in the southeast as West Virginia cleans up from record flooding. Large hail shattered windows and totaled cars in Colorado's eastern plains. And in California, crews are still battling multiple wildfires. Call that the meteorologist sampler platter?
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
And around here, the watches and warnings continue.
Yeah, they sure do for a little while longer here, but the line of showers and storms is moving pretty progressively. I mean, it's not slowing down, moving through. So I think another hour, hour and a half, we should be pretty much out of the woods here. So let's get started. A lot of ground to cover. We'll get you updated on the watches and the warnings in effect. The areas in pink from the metro area the metro community, and then all the way northeast through Maryland, the upper eastern shore, Delaware, parts of Jersey and Pennsylvania, under the severe thunderstorm watch now until 10 o'clock tonight. These little areas in yellow are individual severe thunderstorms, storm warnings. They're in effect for the Baltimore suburbs, northern Howard County, until about 5:45 this evening. At about 5:30 over northern Prince William County and parts of Fauquier County, a little area here in Warren County and Fauquier County under a warning until 5:45 this afternoon. Now, the Weather Service had said winds could gust to 60 miles per hour. We checked our weather bug sources. The biggest gust we've seen so far, I think, was 44 miles per hour. This is a look right now from the Udvar Hazy Center in Chantilly, looking west towards Middleburg, and you can kind of see the range shaft here, the shield, off of one side and the other. So very heavy rain there, a lot of lightning as that cell continues to move east. Let's do a little radar tour. Here's the bigger warning to the north. That will mostly affect the Baltimore metro area. This region to the south and east, a juicy little cell there with heavy rain. Not a lot of lightning, though. And one thing we are watching closer to the metro area is a little boundary here in the atmosphere outflowing from this thunderstorm. So if you live in Germantown and Gaithersburg, Durwood area, you'll notice a very